My name is Janice Rutherford. I am the 2nd District Supervisor for San Bernardino County. I represent, in addition to the mountains, the west end of the county. That means the communities of Upland, Rancho Cucamonga, and Fontana, which are connected by a 21-mile multi-use trail formerly used by the Pacific Electric Railway. But that rail line has now been converted into a recreation trail, mostly with government funding, transportation dollars, grant funds. But the maintenance, upkeep, and promotion of that trail is now done by a group of everyday heroes in the 2nd District. We're here with a few of them today. Greg Wright, tell me about the Friends of the Pacific Electric Trail.
Well, the Friends of the Pacific Electric Trail, we're a nonprofit organization made up of a group of volunteers, and we help provide the amenities and trail enhancements to actually make the user experience so much better on the trail.
Tell me about some of the specific projects you've undertaken along the trail.
One of the biggest things we've done is we created, I think it was like 200 and some trees along the trail for shade structures and also water-wise. The other is we've actually helped with the restoration of the Etiwanda Depot, which is on the east side of Rancho Cucamonga, and putting the roof on it for the future development of the restoration effort. We help raise funds for that. We also raise funds for park benches and water stops and hydration stations.
You mentioned making the trail smarter in years ahead. What are those plans?
Well, the plan is really to have from a smart trail, to be able to have something where, even though it's well marked, that that so many odd feet, that there's a light, that there's an emergency, but the smart trails, because everybody's so connected to technology now, to be able to have an app that they can say, okay, within so many odd feet of this trail or something in close proximity, there's this restaurant or there's this business or so. We've done a number of things with the trail improvements working with the city, and we've had a great relationship with the city of Rancho Cucamonga, and we want to be able to expand that out to the other 4 sister cities along the total 21 miles.
We've talked about how most of the funding to build the trail came through the government, but obviously now there's private folks involved. Tell me about your plans to raise money to help with some of these things.
Typically we have our annual event, which is our Cucamonga Challenge. It's every May, and that's a fundraiser. But for the bigger dollars that we do have a GoFundMe that we're setting up. So info@petrail.org, and contact us to be able to find out how to get involved, and then also find out about the GoFundMe campaign.
That's great. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Joining us now is Victoria Jones with the Friends of the Pacific Electric Trail. Tell me about how you got involved in the organization.
Found out about the very, very genesis of the Friends of the Pacific Electric Trail. They didn't have a budget, they didn't have a logo, they didn't have a website, they just had this idea of being able to get involved in the community and see that transformation of the Rails to Trails project.
So from that beginning, tell me how many volunteers are now involved in the Friends group?
So we have a great core group over these last 13 years. We have about a dozen or so that really do a lion's share of the work, but we have about 25 regular supporters.
Tell me about the trail itself. What makes it unique? What are the characteristics that draw people to it and make them want to volunteer their time?
Well, the one thing that I really like bragging about is our PE trail. Not just the fact that it comes through Rancho Cucamonga, but that it goes through all 21 miles and it connects our sister cities. And the characteristics of the trail that I find so appealing is that it's open 24 hours a day, that it's immaculate, graffiti's always removed, mile markers, it's well lit, and the fact that it's on a Rails to Trails conversion, there's only a 2% grade on there, which makes it very convenient for runners and cyclists and rollerbladers and moms with strollers, and seniors. All age groups can use it because there's no incline. Our big flagship event every year is our community event, which is the Cucamonga Challenge. But from that, some wonderful things happen, which is the development of our trail enhancement program. And that's where the community can get involved and contact the Friends of the Pacific Electric Trail. Since we're a nonprofit, they can donate their money and contribute to the beautification of the trail with rest stops and trailhead. And we have beautiful rest stops now along the trail with their recognition bricks.
And if someone wants to participate in the Cucamonga Challenge this year,
they go to cucamongachallenge.com, and that'll take them right to active.com.
Now, if they're not a runner or a bicyclist, but they want to just feel the community vibe around the trail, how can they participate that day?
They can just come and share and have fun with us. I mean, it's wonderful. We've had several people say, can we just walk the event? Of course they can. Can we bring our dogs to the event? Of course you can. So it's open to everybody.
So the trail really has become a gathering place for people to be together to form a community within our larger community.